The Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary, located on Alcatraz Island in San Francisco Bay, was one of the most notorious maximum security prisons in the United States. The prison, which operated from 1934 to 1963, was home to some of the country's most dangerous and notorious criminals, including Al Capone and Robert Stroud, also known as the Birdman of Alcatraz. Join the Knowledge Now community by subscribing to our channel and never stop learning, with new videos every week to expand your mind and broaden your horizons. Despite being touted as one of the most secure prisons in the country, Alcatraz had its fair share of escape attempts. However, one escape attempt, known as the Impossible Prison Break, has remained shrouded in mystery and intrigue for over 5 decades. The escape attempt took place on the night of June 11, 1962, when 3 inmates, Frank Morris, John Anglin, and Clarence Anglin, managed to escape from their cells and make their way out of the prison. The escape was discovered the next morning during roll call, and an intensive search for the inmates was launched. However, despite a massive manhunt that lasted for weeks, the 3 escapees were never found, and their fate remains unknown to this day. The escape attempt has since become the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and movies, cementing its place in history as one of the most audacious and daring prison breaks of all time. In this video, we will explore the details of the escape attempt and the theories surrounding the fate of the 3 escapees. The planning and preparation. The escape attempt was the result of months of careful planning and preparation by the 3 inmates. Frank Morris, who was serving a life sentence for armed robbery, was the mastermind behind the plan. Morris was a highly intelligent and resourceful individual who had a history of escape attempts from other prisons. Morris recruited John and Clarence Anglin, who were serving sentences for bank robbery, to help him with the escape attempt. The Anglin brothers were also experienced escape artists who had made multiple escape attempts from other prisons. The 3 inmates began planning the escape in late 1961. They carefully studied the layout of the prison, the routines of the guards, and the weaknesses in the security system. They also collected materials such as spoons, saw blades, and other tools that could be used to dig through the walls of their cells. The escape. On the night of June 11, 1962, Morris, John Anglin, and Clarence Anglin put their plan into action. Using the tools they had collected, they chiseled away at the concrete around the vents in their cells. They then crawled through the vents and made their way to the prison roof. Once on the roof, the 3 escapees used improvised tools to climb down the outside of the prison walls. They then inflated makeshift rafts made from raincoats and set out into the frigid waters of San Francisco Bay. The escape was discovered the next morning during roll call, and an intensive search for the inmates was launched. The search involved helicopters, boats, and a massive manhunt on the mainland. Despite the extensive search, the 3 escapees were never found. The theories. The fate of the 3 escapees remains unknown, and there are several theories about what happened to them after they escaped from Alcatraz. Theory 1: the escapees drowned. The most widely accepted theory is that the 3 escapees drowned in the frigid waters of San Francisco Bay. The water temperature in the bay averages around 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and the currents are strong and unpredictable. It is possible that the escapees were swept out to sea and drowned before they could reach the shore. However, some experts have argued that it is possible for the escapees to have survived the journey to the mainland. They point to the fact that the escapees were experienced swimmers and had made makeshift life jackets out of their raincoats. It is also possible that the escapees were able to reach one of the small islands in the bay and survive there until they were able to make their way to the mainland. Theory 2: the escapees made it to the mainland. Another theory is that the 3 escapees were able to make it to the mainland and start new lives under assumed identities. This theory is based on reported sightings of the escapees in various locations across the United States. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence supporting this theory is a letter that was sent to the San Francisco Police Department in 2013. The letter, which was purportedly written by John Anglin, claimed that he and his brother Clarence had survived the escape and were living in South America. The letter included a request for a deal that would allow the brothers to return to the United States without being charged for their escape. However, the authenticity of the letter has been questioned, and it is unclear whether it was actually written by John Anglin. Theory 3: the escape was a hoax. Some have suggested that the entire escape was a hoax orchestrated by the 3 inmates and that they never actually intended to escape. According to this theory, the escapees may have staged the elaborate escape to gain notoriety and to make it appear as though they had succeeded in escaping from one of the most secure prisons in the country. However, this theory has been widely discredited, and there is significant evidence that the escape was not a hoax. The fact that the 3 inmates were able to escape from their cells and make it to the roof of the prison is well documented, and there is no evidence to suggest that the escape was staged. The escape from Alcatraz remains one of the most fascinating and enduring mysteries in the history of the United States. Despite the extensive investigations and searches that have been conducted over the years, the fate of the 3 escapees remains unknown. While it is likely that the escapees drowned in San Francisco Bay, it is also possible that they were able to make it to the mainland and start new lives under assumed identities. The escape from Alcatraz continues to capture the imagination of people around the world, and it is likely that the mystery surrounding the escape will remain unsolved for years to come. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos.